Okay, we're going to do the spring now, and especially for those of you in first period, I figure out what was going wrong. All right, so we're going to make a cylinder first. So we're going to kind of do it over here separate from these two because we're doing a separate screenshot, one of these two and the two that we're making now. So we're going to go to sketch. We're going to go to the front plane, and we're going to look at it normally. And we're going to make some space over here. Okay. So we first of all have to make a cylinder. So I'm going to do it. Go revolve it. And we're going to do 4 inches by a 1/2 inch cylinder, rectangle. Dimension. I line this up with the origin. I think that's going to help us down the road. So often the hardest part of this is having a plane in the proper place when we draw the region that has to attach exactly to the endpoint of my path. Okay, so that's that, and I'm just going to revolve it around this axis. That's part 3. Our job will be easier if we kind of make that a lighter color. Let's make it light blue instead of dark blue. Okay, so now we're going to do a helix. So that's underneath the same menu. That plane is actually turns out to be just one option. There's all kind of different, but we're going to do a helix. A helix is a spiral, and you have to have a cylinder to do it around. So I'm going to click on this cylinder. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them in 4 inches. So this is 1 per inch. We want 10 per inch. So we're going to change this to 40. And that's that. Okay, so since I've started this thing on the, I lined up that axis to the origin, it puts the front plane in the right position. What we need to do is on the very end of this, there should be a point somewhere. Where is it? Should be right around in here somewhere. Right there. Okay, well, it turns out it's not the front plane. It's this plane right here. What's that plane? It's the top plane. Okay, so we want to draw this on the top plane. Okay. So we're going to, since I have the top plane picked, I'll go ahead and click sketch. Now, if you don't have a plane going through that point, then you have to create one. But that was the serendipitous result of start lining it up to the origin. Okay, so we need a little circle. Let's zoom in on this. Where we should be able to grab that center. There it is, right there. Now, there's 10 of these spirals per inch. That means each one is 1/10 of an inch. So if I have 1/10 of an inch diameter, then every time it's swirls around, it's going to touch each other, which can't happen. And plus, we want it a lot smaller than that. So we need to go significantly smaller than 1/10 of an inch. We're going to do 2/100ths of an inch. So that's what we need to make this. 0.02. Teeny weeny little circle. But on a spring, it's a teeny weeny little diameter. So there it is. So we check mark. We go to sweep. Make sure it's on new. Click this. Pick my helix. And this is where the problem came in last period, the first period. It switched it from new to add. And so when we hid the cylinder, it hid everything. And we don't want that to happen. This needs to be new. So it's completely separate from the cylinder that I made. Now I can go down here. Part 3 was the cylinder that I made. I can hide it. Now I see my spring. All right, so that is the spring. We'll stop there and start another one for the hex bolt.